Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you're getting ready to retire. You've probably got your savings figured out, you're thinking about Social Security, maybe even dreaming about that trip you're going to take. But what about your insurance? That great benefits package you've had from work for years? Today, we are going to demystify exactly what happens to your insurance when you retire, so you can step into this next chapter with total confidence. This is probably one of the biggest questions on your mind, right? You've relied on your employer's benefits for your health, for life insurance, maybe even disability coverage. But what happens the day after you say goodbye? It's a huge deal, and honestly, it can be a little scary. But don't worry, we're going to clear it all up today. Okay, let's just get right to it. Here's the reality check. For most people, that amazing safety net of employer-sponsored insurance either vanishes or gets a whole lot smaller the moment you retire. And I know that sounds intimidating, but stick with me. The good news is, for every single benefit that ends, there is a clear path forward. You have options. All right, first things first, let's just get a quick, clear picture of what you can expect to change. We're going to run through the major types of insurance and see what usually happens when your paychecks stop. So when you punch the clock for the last time, your benefits package goes through a major transformation. Your group health plan, it ends. That basic life insurance policy, usually gone. And disability insurance, well, that almost always stops completely since you're no longer earning an income to protect. But for each of these endings, there's a new beginning, a way to replace that coverage. Let's start with the big one, the one everyone worries about most, health insurance. This is probably the most complicated piece of the retirement puzzle, and honestly, the right answer for you depends almost entirely on one thing, your age. So we're going to break it down into two simple camps, retiring before 65 and retiring at 65 or older. Okay, so if you're retiring early, before age 65, your first option is probably Cobra. Now, Cobra is great because it lets you keep your exact same health plan, same doctors, same network. The catch, you're now on the hook for the entire premium yourself, plus a little administrative fee. And let me tell you, that can get really expensive really fast. Your other main option before you turn 65 is a plan from the ACA marketplace, sometimes called Obamacare. This is just an individual plan you buy for yourself. And here's the key. The cost can be way lower than Cobra because you might qualify for tax credits that are based on your new, lower, post-retirement income. So how in the world do you choose between them? It really boils down to this: cost versus convenience. With Cobra, you keep everything the same, your doctors, your plan, but you're going to pay a premium for it and it's only a temporary fix. With an ACA plan, you might have to switch doctors, but those subsidies could save you a ton of money and it's a real long-term solution. Now, if you're retiring at 65 or older, the whole game changes. The conversation pivots entirely to Medicare. This becomes the foundation of all your health coverage. You'll sign up for Medicare Parts A and B, and then you'll almost certainly want to add a supplemental plan, like a Medigap or a Medicare Advantage plan, to fill in the gaps and cover those out-of-pocket costs. Okay, we've got a plan for health insurance. Now, let's move on to the next big decision. What are you going to do about your group life insurance? Your employer's policy probably ends, but they often give you two ways to take some of that coverage with you. And the names are so similar, it's easy to get them mixed up: portability and conversion. Let's break this down and make it really simple. Portability, on the left, means you keep your coverage as a term policy. No medical exam needed, but the price will go up as you get older. Conversion, on the right, lets you switch it to a permanent whole life policy. Approval is guaranteed, which is huge, but the premiums are higher. So here's the bottom line. If you have some health issues, one of these options could be an absolute lifesaver. And that brings us to a really important pro tip. If you are in good health, you should almost always go shop around for a brand new individual life insurance policy. Seriously, portability and conversion are fantastic tools if you have health concerns, but if you're healthy, you can almost certainly find a better price on your own. All right, we've tackled the two giants, health and life insurance, but there are a few other gaps we need to think about filling. Things like your dental and vision coverage also tend to disappear at retirement, and it's important to have a plan for them. Now, you can buy standalone dental and vision plans pretty easily, but the most important one on this list, by far, is long-term care. It is critical to understand that Medicare does not cover most long-term care, things like having a helper at home or staying in an assisted living facility. An unexpected need here can wipe out a lifetime of savings in a flash. So this is a conversation every single retiree needs to have. Whew, I know that was a ton of information. COBRA, ACA, Medicare, portability, conversion. It's a lot to keep track of. So let's just distill everything we've talked about into one simple, actionable plan that you can use right now. Here it is. This is your cheat sheet. If you're under 65, your main job is to put COBRA and the ACA marketplace head-to-head for your health insurance, and then compare keeping your group life versus buying a new policy. If you're 65 or older, your journey starts with enrolling in Medicare and then picking the right supplemental plan to go with it. This is your immediate to-do list. So, the path forward is pretty clear, but that doesn't always make it easy. Choosing the right plan means dealing with deadlines, reading the fine print, and making some pretty big financial decisions. But here's the thing. You absolutely do not have to figure all this out by yourself. It's one thing to know you need to compare an ACA plan to COBRA. It's a whole other thing to actually pull the quotes, check all the doctor networks, and make absolutely sure you don't miss a critical enrollment deadline. This is where getting a little guidance can make all the difference in the world. At The Annuity Expert, we make this simple. We specialize in helping folks figure out exactly what happens to their employer life insurance after retirement. We can help you navigate those portability and conversion options, or shop for a new policy. We can also help you compare all your other options, from health plans to long-term care, so you can see all the costs and benefits laid out clearly, right next to each other. And you know what the best part is? Our services, our advice, our help comparing all these plans, it costs you nothing. Zero. We're an independent agency, which means we work for you, not for some big insurance company. Our only job is to find you the right plan at the best possible price. So, what's the final takeaway? Don't leave your insurance plan up to chance. Making a few smart decisions right as you retire can protect your health and your wealth for decades. Let us help you put that clear plan in place. Give us a call for free quotes and a no-pressure conversation. The number is 770-755-1565. Again, that's 770-755-1565. Or you can find us online at annuityexpertadvice.com. We are here to help, and we wish you an absolutely wonderful retirement.